Hey guys, day 251, Sunday, another lazy day. Well, actually, not being lazy right now. Right now I'm going to do some grocery shopping. So, yeah, I know I went grocery shopping a little earlier last week, but that was actually just for lunch meat. So now I'm doing some actual grocery shopping. And since I now have time again to prepare my meals, I figure I stock up on some raw material again. So, yeah. Although I'm not going to be stocking up too much since my parents are coming down tomorrow and they're going to be bringing food for me. They always do every time they come down. So, yeah. Which means I have to rethink about what it is I'm getting then. Gotta make sure there's room in the refrigerator for them to deposit food. So, anyway. Originally I had planned on going to see Les Mis first before grocery shopping, and I would have too, because the earliest showtime was 11:50, and I would have made it if my mom did not call me. She called me when I was getting ready for to go see the movie, and I had plenty of time to get there, plenty of time. But of course, then she called me and started talking on and on and on, mostly about what to bring for tomorrow, but she just used up all that buffer time that I had to get to the theater. So now I have to go for the next showtime, which is at 3:10. So now I have some time to kill, so might as well take care of the grocery shopping. Oh. Which means when I get home, it's gonna be really dark. Assuming that the movie is going to be 3 hours long. Or 2.5, whatever. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Man, is it foggy today. I almost want to say I'm in London, but I'm not going to pretend I know what a foggy day is like in London. Anyway, one store down. Wow. Can barely see, 20 yards ahead of me. 10 yards maybe? I don't know. Anyway, one store down, one more to go, and still got about an hour, so maybe I'll go get gas afterwards. I am starting to run low. Let's see, 1/8 of a tank left. So, okay. Wow. When I returned from Pennsylvania, I had about a quarter of tank left. I managed to make a quarter tank last for an entire week. Whew. Okay. Well, anyway. So, after the refuel, I guess I'll drop stuff off at home and then come back this way for the theater for Les Mis at long last. I get a feeling if I don't see it this week, I'm not going to see it at all. So definitely want to see it while I still can. Wish I knew if I had any friends who would be interested, but everyone who I know were interested in seeing this movie have already gone to see it, so I don't think I have any more friends left who want to see it, so oh well, I'm going to see it by myself. Fine, whatever. Alright, dropped off the groceries at home. Now head back to the movie theater for Les Mis. Yay! I'm finally going to see it. I have about 5 minutes to get there. That's okay, because once I get there, that's another 10 minutes worth of trailers before I finally get to see the movie anyway. So, yay, whatever. I mean, this movie isn't exactly that big, such a big deal for me, I guess. I remember first time I had an encounter with the story of Les Mis. It was in middle school, our English class. We were reading the play as one, and I remember watching the film version of it with Liam Neeson and Claire Danes, and that was a really good. That was a really good movie, I have to say. And then, just recently, about a few months ago, or a couple months, I'm not sure. I watched on Netflix another version of Les Miserables, and I thought it was going to be the Liam Neeson version, but as it turns out, it was a different version. It looked like it was a made-for-TV version. Whatever. So that's 2 versions I saw, and I think a few months before that I saw on Stars or Encores, I don't know. It was yet another version of Les Miserables. So 3 versions, and now I get to see a musical film version, I should say. Not the musical itself. I think that one's over in Chicago, which means I'll probably never get to see it, but I mean, if the opportunity arose, I would definitely like to see it, see the musical live, just because I like the story so much, you know, and yeah. Anyway, let's see. I heard that Anne Hathaway was really great in her role in this version. So, I mean, I am an Anne Hathaway fan, so can't wait to see that. And Hugh Jackman, definitely a Hugh Jackman fan, and I believe he actually started his career in musical theater, so is not exactly an entirely new experience for Hugh then. Russell Crowe. I don't think he's ever been in a musical. Well, this should definitely be interesting to see. Again, I wish I had a friend to go with to see this movie, but like I said, everyone who I knew wanted to see this movie had already gone to see it. So, whatever. Oh. Talk to you guys in a couple of hours. Or a few hours, I'm not sure. Probably like 2 or 3 hours long now. Oh, talk to you guys then. Alright, so, finally home. I mean, the movie got out a long time ago, but then my friends texted me and spontaneous planning. Spontaneous planning causing me to have to cancel plans that I had already made ahead of time. So, anyway, before I get into that, here's today's useless facts. Let's see, today's useless facts. Alright, what was it? Quail, there we go. So today's useless facts will be on quails. Dirty birds. The California quail is known to live in convoys and to enjoy the occasional community dust bath. Okay, that's not exactly dirty. I know chinchillas do dust baths as well, I believe. It's true love or nothing for the mountain quail and Gambel's quail. They are both monogamous. Also known as the blue quail or cotton top, a scale quail has a feather pattern similar to scales. Ooh, fascinating. The sex of a quail can be determined by the feather shape and coloration on the head and wings. The males have black and white stripes along the side of their heads, while the stripes on the female's head are brown and sandy. Isn't that how it usually is for most birds? The males have the more elaborate looks while the females are more dull in patterns and colors. Actually, isn't that how it is for the entire animal kingdom, with the exception of humans? You know, now that I think about it, I think the human species is the only animal on Earth where the females are better looking than the males. Ew. Okay, this one goes back to the California quail, and this one does make them dirty. The California quail digests vegetation with the help of protozoan in its intestine. Almost said digestion. Chicks acquire the protozoa by pecking at the feces of adults. Quail eggs are a delicacy in many countries around the world. In Colombia, a single hard-boiled quail egg is a popular topping for hot dogs and hamburgers. Don't we do that here also? No. Those are fried eggs. Never mind. Okay, so that does it for today's useless facts. Tomorrow we have I done useless facts on Quakers yet? Yes, I have. I have also done useless facts on Queen Elizabeth II. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, but tomorrow's useless facts will be on Quiff? Quiff. Okay, so let's talk about Les Mis for a moment. It was good. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, though. You know, I was expecting for something that was going to blow my mind away and be like, "Holy crap! This is the most amazing adaptation of Les Miserables." But because of how all the reviews have made it seem, you know, it kind of hyped it up for me. But like I said earlier today, I have seen other versions of Les Mis, and so I do have a frame of reference for to make comparisons. And I gotta say, this one just didn't really blow my mind away all that much. I mean, I liked it, and there are definitely elements about it that I liked over the other versions, but this definitely was not the one version to end all, I suppose you could say. I mean, I like the fact that, okay, because every version that I've seen, they have left something out. Like, for example, the version with Liam Neeson. It left out a huge chunk of um, what happened after Valjean was released from prison. They left out a lot of that. They also left out the innkeeper and his family. They had a much bigger role in the rest of the story, play, whatever, than what they had in that version. I mean, in that version it was like, okay, Valjean takes Cosette away from them, and that's the end of it. That's the last time you ever see them. But then I saw the version with, what's his name? Gerard Depardieu, I think. He was playing Valjean in this version, and that family actually had a much bigger role, and they also show what happened with Valjean after he was released from prison. So, yeah. And then, actually, I think that one was the most complete version. Actually, yeah. The version with Gerard Depardieu and John Malkovich, who played the part of Javert. Anyway, that version was actually the most complete version of all of them that I've seen. Of course, it was also the least fun to watch. It was still good in its own way, but just wasn't quite as fun or entertaining or whatever to watch. So, yeah. And then as for this one with Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Anne Hathaway, Amanda Seyfried, I admit this one was fun to watch. I do like the some of the songs anyway. Master of the House. But what do I want to say? I mean, to be honest, I know Hugh Jackman had started his career in musical theater, I think. So he already had a background in this, but I wasn't entirely all too impressed, actually. But then again, what do I know? I'm not exactly a aficionado. I think that's a word, right? In musical theater, so I don't know. To me, it sounds like opera. Wow. Russell Crowe. Really great actor. And under normal circumstances, I think he would have made an excellent Javert. You know, he's a really great actor. He definitely had the appearance right. But when it came time to deliver the dialogue, I think the dialogue and the music were all written for someone who was more skilled as a rock star, basically. Someone who's a rock star. And I don't mean in attitude, I mean actually music-wise. They are a rock star. I think that role was written for someone who's a rock star, or even a rapper, I don't know, or a hip-hop artist. Someone who would be more I think one of those three would have been more capable of delivering those lines than Russell Crowe. I don't know why. Uh, oh, that's another thing I liked about this version is that they gave her Eponine more of a bigger role than in the other versions, I think. Yep. Uh, anyway, as I was saying, the actress, she gave a really, really strong performance, I have to say, and I think she would have been better. Um, she would have been better as Cosette, but then I saw just how much bigger of a role Eponine has over Cosette, and so I was satisfied to know that she got the best role possible for her, I think. Yeah. And a friend of mine, she told me that this actress, Samantha Barks, I'm not sure. She was actually in another Les Miserables production, the 25th anniversary concert of Les Miserables. I think that's what it's called. So she was Eponine in that production, and she reprises her role as Eponine in this version of Les Mis. So no wonder why she's so good at it. And I think I'm about to ramble on and on, aren't I? Really great set design, costume designs. Very gritty, I have to say. Very gritty and I don't know, a lot of camera shaking. I noticed that's been pretty huge over the past 5-10 years, I think. Is that the whole camera shaking image is getting to be really, really huge. The and I remember in the Liam Neeson version, it's it's still cameras. I think it's still or smooth flowing camera work. With this new one, it's like guerrilla style almost, I think. And it's a lot of in-your-face camera angles. That was a bit uncomfortable. Probably for them, more so. And again, the music was great, and I don't know. I would be terribly unhappy if Les Miserables does not get any Academy Awards this year. So anyway, okay, I'm about to ramble, and I'm pretty sure this video is far, far longer than I had anticipated or even planned on it being. So okay, I guess that's it then. I don't really have time to rant now about no time to rant about how I am a person who likes to have everything planned out at least a day ahead of time, who has friends who are spontaneous. Okay, see you guys tomorrow.